I'm excited. I'm excited about this. There's a lot of people doing this. I got a message from a guy the other day, and he was in a house, and I kind of helped him out. He gave me a call. He works with a different carrier than we do, of course, and he called me, and he was in a house, and we helped him save $90 on the customer that he was in. I helped him save $90 on their bills, and he got an app where he wouldn't have gotten an app at. So we thought that was really awesome. Hey, what's up, Josh? Ryan. I gotta put my glasses on. I can't see everything. Martin, you made it. What's up, buddy? Samantha, Carly. We're gonna have a good group here tonight. I'm excited. We're gonna learn some cool stuff. And I'm gonna tell you, I know some people are gonna be in this tonight that aren't in insurance, and that's fine, because what we do isn't just, I mean, it works everywhere. I brought it from somewhere else to here. Hey, Chris, Jonathan. It's all good. There's the hashtags coming out. Steven, what's up, buddy? I don't know if I'll be able to call everybody's name out. I'm going to try, but it's cool. We got people feeling, hey, Mark, what's going on, man? Yvonne, appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to get started. I want to make sure everybody was in. I don't know how many people are going to get. We're going to have some people creeping in after the fact. If you guys haven't got your event pack yet, it looks like this, if you can see it. And in this event pack, there's going to be diagrams and charts that show you the things to look for on the bills we're going to talk about tonight. And I got a question. Y'all give me a thumbs up. Am I speaking loud enough, or am I not speaking loud enough? Because I got this new iPhone, and for some reason the speaker doesn't work very well. Hey, Jeff, what's going on, man? Appreciate it, Steven. But can you guys hear me okay? Just a thumbs up, or a oh yeah, or a talk louder, or a talk quieter, whatever you need. Hey, Matthew. Loud and clear. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it. But anyway, back to this. If you guys haven't got your event pack yet, we've made these up for you, and we've done a lot of work on these things so you guys would have the information you need to make your job a lot easier learning how to save people money. There's a lot of information in here. There's websites, there's links, and all this stuff we're going to go over here, okay? So you're going to want to have this. If you haven't got it yet, you want to go to renfex.com. And when you go to renfex.com, you're going to go to the bottom and you're going to punch in your email and your name, and then you're going to go to the box that says Ask the Renegade. And you're going to request the money saving packet. There's somebody sitting there right now ready to send them out to you, so you can pull it up and use it on your tablet or whatever you want. I'm right there with you too, Jonathan. I appreciate that, buddy. You know, ever since I've been talking to you, I've been saying I'm right there with you everywhere I go. So I appreciate that. I thank you for doing that to me. I might have been saying it and just didn't recognize it until then, but I say it a lot. So I'm right there with all you guys. Appreciate it. Hey, Tony, what's up, buddy? All right, guys. So if you don't have your event pack, make sure you get this. And then we'll be going over that. We're going to get to that here in a minute. But if you haven't got it, you can go ahead and request it while we're on this video. There you go. Appreciate you putting that up, Chris. And we'll make sure you get that. We're not charging you guys for this stuff. And I'm going to tell you what. First thing I kind of like to talk to you about is, how does this benefit you, right? Because, you know, a lot of people in sales, a lot of us are selfish and greedy, and I'm selfish and greedy too. But I've evolved over time, over the years, and my plan is to get 10,000 people doing what I'm doing now. In just the last 12 months alone, and I haven't been out in the field typically as much as I like to be, but just in the last 12 months, I've saved senior citizens over, well, around $500,000, maybe a little bit more. I think just this week alone, I've saved them about $400 a month on their bills, the people I've worked with this week. And you can do the math there. That's quite a bit of money. What's that, $4,800 right there? And I've only worked a couple of days this week in the field, maybe 8 or 10 hours total. And I've been in homes where I didn't even make any money, and I've still take the time to save these people the money. It's my process. And I think what comes around goes around. You can believe whatever your religious beliefs are, whatever you believe. If you believe in karma or whatever, I believe that I get blessed because you do things for the right reason, and it's going to come back on you. And I have been blessed down the road with this. A little backstory on me. The reason that I do this is when I came into the insurance business, you know, I didn't have a lot. I kind of recruited myself, so I was an easy recruit. And you guys that are in insurance know how hard it is. Hey, Chris, what's up, guys? You know how hard it is to do this job and recruit people. And I'm a good salesperson. Look, I might suck at a lot of things, but I'm good when it comes to sales. That's kind of my thing. And I've been doing it a long time, but I'm not an insurance salesman or a car salesman. Hey, Dan, what's up, buddy? I'm a salesman. It doesn't matter what the product is. Just give me the product and give me just a little bit of something to know what to take off with, and I'll figure the rest out, because I know how to get people to like me, and I know how to get them to listen to me. And if people like you and they listen to you, then they're going to buy from you. But the key is to get them to like you. And how do we do that? And most people think it's about talking about the pictures on the walls or their figurines or whatever it is people like. And there's things we do to try to get them engaged. But, you know, that's kind of getting tired and worn out if you think about it, because everybody's doing that. Everybody that walks in that door is doing that. And you guys that are in life insurance, you know how I mean. We work these leads. Do you realize only 15% of the available market is going to ever send a lead in the first place? So we're not the only guy walking in there talking about the pictures on the walls and the kids. So this is an opportunity for you to sound different than the last 400 people that have been at their house. This is an opportunity for you to do something to get referrals from people and everlasting loyalty from people that you're not going to get right now, because the guy can follow behind you. If you've got a $10 cheaper rate, you've lost a client. With what I do here, they won't leave you, I promise, unless you just do something really bad. But typically, if you're saving people money, you're their new best friend. So what I do typically, to give you an example of how this is going to benefit you, first thing you want to look at, let's say the average agent that's watching this right now, let's say you're going out and you're, hey, Bruce, what's up, buddy? Let's say the average agent, Roger, appreciate you being here. Let's say that you guys go out in the field and you're doing 10 presentations a week. 10 presentations a week, that's not a whole lot of work. That's 2 presentations a day, 5 days a week. So you're doing 10 presentations a week. So write that number down. And if you've read the article, you see this. A lot of what you're going to hear me say is the same thing I say in the article, because I say the same thing every time. That's what makes it effective, right? So you're writing up 10 apps. You're out in the field. You're doing 10 presentations. And typically, rule of thumb for me is I'm doing for every app I write, for every presentation I do, I'm averaging at least 1 app, if not a couple more. But on the average, I'm going to average 1 app per presentation. So if you're doing 10 presentations, you're going to get 10 apps, right? So do the math. 10 presentations, 10 apps. If you do this, what I'm talking about doing, and listen, you're going to have to commit to it. You're going to have to learn. Hey, Cassie, how are you doing? You're going to have to commit to this. You're not going to just be able to like step in lightly and maybe think about doing this and ease into it. It's no different than learning a new product. You guys that are brokers out here, you know, you've got to learn new products all the time doing our job. So when you start learning what you're doing, when you start getting a idea of how that product works, then you sell it with confidence. You're going to have to take the time to do this, and I got a little secret I'll give you of how to do that, but you're going to have to commit, because it is a process to learn. Once you learn it, you're going to wish you'd been doing it a long time ago. But so 10 presentations, 10 apps, right? So you're right, do 10 presentations, 10 apps. If you do this, and I'm watering down the numbers, but I'm going to water it down so it sounds a little more believable, because until you get out there, you won't believe it. Say you get $10 extra for each one of those apps. All right. And let's say in those 10 presentations you pick up 1 more app. Just 1. I'm not saying several. Just get 1 more app a week that you wouldn't have got. How many homes are you in that you have to leave because they genuinely can't afford it? Now, you might be one of those guys that wants to sell it to them anyway and take the chance on it, but the reality is they're not going to pay for it because they can't afford it. It comes down to eating or their life insurance. They're going to choose to eat. And a lot of the people in our market, you know, it's lower income people. So figure $10 more per app. And let's say you're averaging $45 an app. We'll keep the numbers low so we don't sound too ridiculous. $10 more per app. So that gives you an extra $155 a week in AP. I wrote this on the board back here, but it doesn't show up real good through my phone. But if you do that, you're going to average an extra $155 times 12. $155 times 12 is $1,860 in extra premium per week, just by taking these extra few steps, okay? These steps can replace all the silly BS, you know, rapport that we build that at the end of the day doesn't do anything for them or us other than maybe somewhat build a relationship. But at the end of the day, you multiply that times 48 weeks. I'm going to give you 4 weeks off. I'm giving you a 4-week vacation. Nobody gets a 4-week vacation. I'm going to give you a 4-week vacation. Hey, Josh, what's up, man? So times 48 weeks, that's an extra $89,280 in premium a year, doing the same amount of work, doing the same amount of presentations, doing the exact same thing that you're doing now. Now, let's say you spend an extra 30 minutes in every house. That's an extra $90,000 a year for an extra 30 minutes per presentation. Trust me, it's worth it, not to mention the referrals you're going to get from it, okay? So if you think that this is going to be worth $90,000 a year, an extra AP for you, if you master this, it's going to be more. That could be double, triple. To give you an example, my wife and I started, like I was telling you, when we got started, we didn't know anything about life insurance, but I knew how to get in the door. And I'd been a Dish Network retailer, one of the first guys that ever knocked doors with Dish Network and DirecTV. Matter of fact, I'm probably the reason that these guys are knocking on your door and aggravating you to death now. But $90,000 could actually be $100,000 or $180,000 if you learn to do this properly in premium, doing the same amount of work. Hey, Roy, what's up, man? Doing the exact same amount of work that you're doing right now. Not doing any more, not doing any less, doing the exact same amount of work that you're doing now, buying the same amount of leads, doing the same amount of presentations. You're just picking up that business that you're missing, and you're freeing up more income so they can actually get the amount of premium that they actually want, their death benefit that they want. So look at it from that standpoint. I don't know what your contract level is, but you do the math. Even from $90,000, how much extra money are you making a year? What kind of raise can you give yourself? There it is. $89,280 times whatever you make. So that's a lot of money. I don't care who you are. That's a lot of money. So my wife and I, we knew we knew we could get in the door. We knew how to get people to like us because we would go in and we would save them money. We knew nothing about life insurance, and I'm not the kind of person to wait around for days. Hey, Chris, what's up, man? I'm not the kind of person that's trying to wait around for days to figure things out. I just like to jump in. I'm the type of guy that runs and just jumps off the cliff and hope my parachute opens. But long story short, an extra $90,000 a year in AP that you can write doing this at a minimum, at a maximum, who knows? The sky's the limit. That's up to you. But once again, you've got to commit to making the effort to learn how to do this. All right, and it is going to make a difference. So that's extra money. That's your benefit. The benefit for the people we help. Imagine this: if I'm one person doing this and I'm saving people $500,000 a year, what would 10,000 of us do? And these people need the money. You've been in the homes. You've seen how these people live. They need the money as much as anybody does. I'm talking too much. My mouth's already dry now. But long story short, I'm going to walk you through my process of what I do when I get in the house and how I handle the client. After I get done walking you through the process, then I'm going to kind of go into how I deal with the people on the phones to help them save the money. Once I save them the money, hey, Nick, what's up, man? Once I actually save them the money, you're going to see what you're going to understand. It's all going to come together for you. It's going to make a lot of sense. We've all bragged to somebody, yeah, I called my cable company. By God, I told them this. I told them that. I promise you, you're not saving as much money as you can. And that's going to be how you're going to learn how to do this. We're going to go over that right at the end of this. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you. Everybody's got their money saving packet. That's good. I hope you got your money saving packet. If you don't, you need to get it. Hey, Rory, how are you? So my wife and I, back to my point, we got back out. In the first 4.5 months we did this. We started last week of July and we went until the second week of December. We probably had a week to 10 days off in there. In that time frame, we wrote up $180,000 in premium. And the reason we did that is because these people loved us so much. They were patient enough to wait for us to learn how to do our job, which was nice because we really appreciated it. We needed the time to learn that. But they gave them the patience to do that because they liked us. Once they liked us, they were willing to, hey, Nicole, how are you doing, honey? They were patient with us and gave us the time to figure out what we had to figure out. They trusted us. They didn't mind that we were new at insurance. They appreciate what we had done to the point where they trusted us, because if they like you, they listen, they buy. But if they don't like you, you might as well be Charlie Brown's teacher talking to them. If you heard Charlie Brown's teacher, wah, 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 wah. Nobody wants to be sounding like that. I hope I don't sound like that right now. I guess if I do, the numbers will drop and I'll know that I'm sounding like Charlie Brown's teacher. But you guys can like this, love it, frowny face. Let me know, because what I see, I'll know it'll be like fuel, like Popeye's spinach. Anyway, so let's get back to where we're at here. So to write up $180,000 in premium in 4.5 months, that's good stuff, guys. Trust me. If you don't know what you're doing and you can pull that off, well, imagine what you can do when you figure it out. First year I was with the company I'm with, and I know we don't talk about carriers and companies, so I'm not going to talk about my company, but the first year I was with my company, I won Rookie of the Year. And it was because I was doing some crazy stuff. But I also attained the nickname Renegade because I do things a little bit unorthodox compared to what your average agent would do out there. I tend to go to the beat of my own drum. A lot of people don't like that because it's kind of normal in the world, you know, especially in a job. People are like, hey, it is what it is, but that's who I am. I like to be different. I want to sound different. I want to sound like the last 30 agents that have been there. I want to do something for these people that's going to have an impact that they will never forget my name. How many homes have you been in where people already have life insurance and they don't have a clue who their agent? I don't know. It's some guy came by. They don't know, but they know my name. If you show up, they know who I am because I made an impact. I got people that call me now. Hey, man, I'm going to buy a car. What should I do? I tell them what they should do because do your homework. Everybody's always trying to get everybody. Don't think for a minute they're not. So what you do is you be their person that advises them and make sure that they don't get taken advantage of. You'll be their new best friend. Hold on a second. What we're going to do, I'm going to start off with what I do when I walk in the house. So you guys get ready and think about this. Because listen, you can read everything I've told you, and reading it's one thing. You're going to hear me say it. I get a little silly with my voice, my tone sometimes. I kind of dumb myself down sometimes because we got to come down to the level of people that we work with every day, right? So when I get in the house, we all get in the door. Once I'm in the door, and just for the record, if you buy leads and they sign it and you pay for it, plan on getting in the door when you get up. That's a little tip there. When I get out of my car, I roll my windows, I lock the doors in case it might rain. I don't care if it's sunny. It might start raining while I'm in the house, and I'm not planning on coming back to the car. Hey, Tony, what's up, buddy? I'm not planning to come back. I'm planning on being in that house when I knock on that door. It's not even I don't hesitate. My intention is to get in, and confidence is a big important thing about what we do when we get in the door. Fake it till you make it, right? Now, so when I get in the house, I warm up. Warm up for about 5 minutes. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, that's nice. Nice to meet you. Blah, blah, blah. We all go through that same little 5-minute warm up. After the 5 minutes, we're looking around for something to talk about, right? And it's the pictures, the figurines, whatever it may be. Not me. I'm looking over at their TV while I'm warming up. And about halfway through the warm up, I look over at that TV and I'm like, because I know they're on a fixed income. I'm like, hey, is that cable? It is. Well, that's high, ain't it? And then they're like, well, yeah, it sure is. I'm already throwing it out in the yard. And I'm like, well, you don't have to throw it out in the yard. Do me a favor. Go grab that bill for me real quick. Now, the reason I do this, because if you walk into a house and you ask somebody about their life insurance, what are they going to tell you? They tell you it's crazy stuff. Oh, it's down there at the bank in the safety deposit box. Look, I don't even have a safety deposit box. And you know as well as I do, they haven't even seen a safety deposit box unless they saw it on Matlock or CSI or something like that. You know what I mean? So what we're going to do is, first thing I do is look at TV and ask them how high it is. If you ask them about their insurance early on in the game, like we try to jump right to the point what our sale is, get away from the sale, focus on building that relationship and getting them to like you. Getting them to like you is the key to everything. Ask them, go grab that cable bill for me real quick. They don't even hesitate. You ask them about their insurance, you might as well ask them about their personal sex life. They're not going to talk to you about that. Nobody's going to tell you about that kind of stuff. That's personal stuff. They've been paying for it for 30 years. They know what they're doing, right? So ask them about their cable bill. That's easy. Go grab that for me real quick. You know, there's some discounts and stuff that are available for you and some things you're being charged for you don't know about. I'm going to help you get some discounts on that. Man, they will jump up, run, grab that cable bill. Okay, they'll get up and they'll walk and get that cable bill. They'll bring it back. Then I get on the phone and go through the process that I'm going to go over with you in a minute. But they go get the bill, I look it over. I go through my little bit with them. And I don't never ask the client if I can call the carrier or the company. Go ahead and program your local cable company in your phone. Go ahead and program Dish Network, DirecTV. I'll give you the numbers 800-333-DISH, 800-531-5000 is DirecTV. These numbers are easy to find. I think they're on your printout also. But go ahead and program those numbers in your phone. And when you see what they have while they're picking up the bill, go ahead and have it ready to dial. After you look at the bill and see the things that are inaccurate that we're going to go over, boom, hit the button. Don't ever ask somebody if it's okay. If you call them, just call them. Don't ask. Because when you start asking, then it gives them a choice that they can say no. It means there's a 50-50 chance they might not say yes. If you just call them, they're fine with it. So call the company, save them the money, which we'll go over in a second. Then after you save them that money, they're looking at you different already. After you save them that money in that bill, the next step that you want to say is that a home phone over there? And they're like, oh, yeah, it sure is. How much is that thing running you a month? Go grab that bill. Now, they go get that bill a little bit faster than they did the first one, okay? Now, keep in mind, these are old dogs we're working with, so we're trying to teach them some new tricks. I'm actually teaching these people how to fetch. I'm not just teaching them, I'm not just helping them save money. I'm teaching them how to fetch, and I'm doing that for a reason. Hey, Ron, what's up, man? I'm actually doing that for a reason. I'm actually helping them save this money, and every time they go get a bill, they went and got the cable bill, I saved them money. That was their treat. That was their reward, right? They go get the phone bill. And get this, guys, most senior citizens are paying $70 to $100 a month for home phone. And that's sad because these people are on a fixed income. A lot of them might even have internet, but they're told by their carrier that that's cheaper that way, or so it's only $5 cheaper. Well, be that the case, there's actually a home phone out there they can get for $20 a month, keep their home phone. I set that up for them. It takes me 5 minutes. I got a hotline. We'll make sure you guys have that number. It's something we just recently got. I'm not sure if it's in the packet yet, but we'll be released. I'll put that number here for you guys tonight. But that money that we saved them on that bill, so now I've saved them $50 or $60 on a home phone. I've saved them $30, $40 on a TV. I've just saved these people. My average home is about $100 a monthly bill savings. Now, once you've saved them that money, the next thing I do is I go into my education about life insurance. After I educate them about life insurance, guess what they get up and do? I don't even have to ask for it. They jump up and they run get their policy, or they're trying to figure out where it's at, or who we got to call, or what we got to do to figure out what they got to have. You know why? Because when they went and got the phone TV bill, they saved money. They got the phone bill, they saved money. We taught them how to fetch. And that's just a joke, so I don't know if you're all laughing. This is a tough gig right here because you don't know if people are laughing at your bad jokes. So anyway, but I've actually taught them how to fetch. And in that process, I've also built loyalty and relationship with these people that you can't change. And it's a very easy process. Is that cable? Yes. It's high, ain't it? It sure is. Go grab that bill. Works out real easy. They're going to go get the bill if you save them money, okay? I don't care who they are. People are going to want to get some money. Now, the next thing that you're going to do from there, once you save them the money on the bills, you educate them on insurance. And I've got an article on the blog. We're not going to go over the education of insurance right now. I'll do that on another night. But I go through a little process, and I've even got a sheet I made for you. Make you guys all kinds of cool stuff up to use in your presentations, help eliminate problems, and make your job a lot easier. So get this stuff while it's there, because, you know, if I get real famous doing this, I'm going to start charging you a lot of money for this stuff, because I just need a couple hundred of you making a bunch of money from it. And I think that'll help me make some money off of this someday. But right now it's free, so enjoy it while it's free. Now you've saved them the money on the bills. You're the new best friend. Now, how many times has this happened to you? How many times you've been in the house? You sit there, and look, you haven't saved them any money or anything, but you sit there. This lady loves you. This husband and wife, they're just loving you. You're like the grandkid they never had, you know, because they're dying for somebody to talk to, right? Hey, Sam, what's up, buddy? These people are dying for somebody to talk to, aren't they? Let me see here. Do you ask them for their cable bill price before telling them to fetch it? Nope, I sure don't. I just tell them to grab it, because there's probably some things on there they're being charged for they don't have to pay for it. But you're their new best friend, because you've actually saved them money on their bills. But now imagine you haven't saved them any money. They're loving you. You know you're getting ready to write up an app. This has happened to everybody. And as a matter of fact, when I ask y'all this question, I want you to put up some likes or whatever flying up to this thing, so I can see if you actually like it, if this has happened or not. The daughter walks in. Now, you knew you was getting ready to open an app. This lady's loving you. You've got the groundwork done. You haven't gone in for the close yet, but you're getting ready to because you know it's a done deal. You've already got your app out. You've done warmed your pencil up in your hand. You're getting ready to write an app, right? Daughter walks in. Who are you? Hey, Frank, what's up, buddy? Who are you? Oh, I'm the, because they throw you off your game because you've probably been in that situation before. You almost start stuttering. They throw you completely off your game. And you're like, you don't come to my mama's house. I take care of my mama's. I don't get out of my mama's house. And mama just sit there like a quiet little mouse. She won't even look at you when her daughter does. She won't even look you back in the eye, even though she was your best friend 5 minutes ago, right? You know what happens to me when I did come in there? You leave that boy alone. He just saved me $100 a month on my bills, and you leave him alone. Now, you can sit here and listen, or you can go on, but he's staying. I've had that happen so many times. It's great. I love that because they can't just throw me out. I've done something to bring some substance to what I've done. I put $1,200 a year in somebody's pocket who's making $800 to $1,000 a month. That's a lot of money. You've made a major impact, and it wasn't me that said it. It was the people on the phone. It was the companies that they're already paying their bills out to. I've taken those companies and I've made them give them the discounts that they can get. Hey, what's up, Leo? So understand, this has a lot more impact than you realize. It's going to shut off a lot of things that shut you down in a deal every day. So it's going to open up a lot of doors for you guys, and it's going to give you that opportunity to save them the money. Okay, so that's the process I do. That's what leads up to me. I mean, it's not that complicated a process. The process is learning how to get in there and save them the money. That's what we're going to go over next. But does anybody have any questions about the process with the client to lead yourself up to that door? I'll give you a couple minutes to ask a couple questions. I'll try to answer them the best that I can. But I know Rob Hacker is on this thing. He has done this. And you know what Rob Hacker started? That's how he sold his insurance in the beginning. He sold a lot of insurance right out the gate, doing the same thing. I've got another guy. He's on this group. I believe he's on here right now himself. And he had a lot of obstacles in front of him, but he was a worker. He would work like he worked like Martin does here. And I know all about how you work, Martin. He worked like a mule. And this cat would go out and he went out, and he know who you are, buddy. But he would go out and he wrote up $88,000 in premium in his first 3 months in the business by helping people save this money. And that's a lot of freaking money to make as an agent, isn't it? Can you imagine what he saved these people? So it's really awesome. I was in a house where, oh, yeah, you see that one right there? Yeah, they didn't name their kids. That's funny. Great knowledge. I am National Senior Best. Cool. Does anybody have any questions about how to approach the client about it? It's very easy. You sit on the couch, you warm up for 5 minutes, and then you look over and you say, is that cable? No, it's Dish, DirecTV. What's your response? I know what it is when I look at it. I mean, you'll become very familiar with these things really quick. You'll be surprised. They got their logo on there. Dish DirecTV receivers are very, very distinct. You can look them up online and get an idea what they look like. It's not that hard to figure out. You'll know that when you sit on the couch. Phone internet providers all in one. Some of them have that. Yeah, you can call the cable company like Time Warner just now. See, I stay on top of it, but I want to know what's going on. Time Warner just got bought out by what is their name? One of them other companies. Time Warner just got bought out by a bigger company. Somebody knows, posted up there. Rob, I think you know. Charter. Is it Charter? I think Charter just bought out Time Warner. So Time Warner started something new. Now they're giving people really big discounts on those bills. And I've seen a lady the other day. My son and I were in a house, and she had a home phone. She's paying $60 for it through AT&T, and which was a landline. And she had cable. She's paying like $98 a month for just basic cable. I called them up. Yep, Spectrum. That's right. And she was paying $98 here. When I got done, she had Time Warner with her same home phone number and her cable. They got her bill down to $78 a month, and he said that would be permanent. That's a lot of money to save somebody. Guess what? I sold a policy. So, and not to mention she had some issues with her insurance we had to help clean up. But so the idea is to just dig in, guys, and learn how these companies work. I've made it easy on you. You don't have to learn it. I learned it all the hard way, and I took all the hard way, and I made it on the easy way for you guys with this money saving packet. And we're updating this thing constantly too. So you always want to kind of keep out, maybe request it every once in a while, because we're adding stuff to it. And like the AT&T phone number, there's some people on this, right? Like Martin's got the AT&T phone number. I know right now, I know there's a few people on here that have that number already. But it's a cool deal. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to handle these carriers. Okay, how do you handle the people on the phone, right? That's the next question I'm sure everybody's got. You get on the phone. What are you doing to save these people money, right? Okay, here we go. So when I get on the phone with the different carriers, let's say the first thing I do is I get on the phone and say it's a Dish Network or DirecTV or it's cable. The first thing you want to do, and if you guys will look at your money saving packet that you have there, let's see here. Let's go. Turn to the first page after you got your cover sheet. Turn to your first page, and there should be a picture of like a Dish Network bill on there. Okay, you guys got that? Look at your Dish Network bill. If you see we've made this easy on you, the things that you want to look for, okay? So, like these people have the HD top 250. They have the top 250 package in HD. They're charging them $10 for HD. Guess what? This is a picture of a bill that somebody's paying on. This is from 2011, but it doesn't matter. This person still has Dish Network, and they haven't called and asked any questions. They're still paying $10 for HD. Guess what? They can get HD free if they call and they know who to ask. Let's see here, the Dish Movie Pass. Now, this is my favorite one. As a Dish retailer, when I set up a new customer, the first thing I would have to do is they wanted the free movie channels. I had to add this Movie Pass on there. This Movie Pass is an on-demand package they get with Dish. Costs them $10 a month. But they got all the free movie channels they received, right? HBO, Showtime, Starz, Cinemax, woohoo, free for 3 months. We put it on their fridge, you cancel it. I didn't know this in the beginning. I learned it the hard way by people when I come back to look at their bill because they would get mad at me every time their bill go up. So the Dish Movie Pass, when they called and canceled the free movie channels, if they don't specifically say cancel the Dish Movie Pass, it stays on there. There's people who have been paying this, they're paying it to this day. They're paying for the Dish Movie Pass, and they don't even know what it is. They're paying $10 a month. So get my little magic ink pen out here because I'm going to write on mine. And take notes on here if you need to. But the Dish Movie Pass is something that they don't need. They don't watch it. They don't even know what it is. They don't even know that they have it. Okay? And as time goes on, also, another thing that you guys can do, with this as time goes by, is kind of learn what people like to watch. Like, most of your seniors like to watch like the men, they love to watch the Western Channel. That's their favorite channel. The men love channel. I don't care where you're at in the country. The seniors, the baby boomer men, they love the Westerns channel. Don't know what it is, but they love it. I guess it's there's a purity to that or something. But they love it. But here's the thing with Dish Network, for instance, they can do a package for $6. So they can take a basic package, which has most all the channels they actually watch in it, and they can add the Encore package for $5 or $6 instead of paying for this big 250 pack that's costing them like $80 a month now. So you'll learn these things as you go. These are little things that you're going to learn as you go, but the more you learn, the more you save them. The more you save them, the more money you open up for more premium, and you can leave them better than you found them. So like the Dish Movie, the top 250, that's a more expensive package, but it does include the Encore package. But if they drop to a smaller package, it's like $40 and add it for $6. Now they're down to $46 instead of paying $85 for a package. Additional receivers like Dish Network, for instance, has a dual receiver. Let's say it's a senior citizen that doesn't use DVR. I see that all the time. If they don't use DVR when you're on the phone with Dish, say, hey, these guys don't even use DVR. Send them one of them dual boxes out that works on 2 TVs, and you're going to eliminate a $7 charge, and you're going to eliminate, Dish Network now, I believe, charges like $12 for the DVR. You're going to eliminate the other $10. So as you start going down the list, there's things you're going to eliminate. Now, right now, currently, Dish Network protection plan, I believe it's $8.99 or $8. It's either $8 or $8.99. There's another $8. So if you start adding these things up, just the Dish Movie Pass, the warranty, you start adding all these things up. Next thing you know, there's $30 or $40 right there that they're going to say, "What's up, Mark?" Mark was one of the original guys that I worked with in this business. He's an awesome guy. Now, but at the end of the day, DVR here, you got a senior DVR. So just using these old numbers aren't the real prices anymore, just for the record. But look at these prices. I think the DVR is $12 now. And I know the protection plan's $8, so that would save them $8. And then you've got the Dish Movie Pass, there's $10. And then you would save them about $20 to $25 just on the package, adjusting their package of what they should have. So now you save them $25, $35, $45. You save these people like $50 a month on their TV bill. Now here's the trick. You're going to know this when you call because you're going to start figuring this out, what's on the bill that's inaccurate. All right, and that goes with cable, satellite. You got a DirecTV option behind there. They all do this warranty. That warranty is the thing. The thing about the warranty is that they need it service, they need something replaced or fixed, they will let them add the warranty when they need it. But they can cancel it for now. There's no point in paying for it for 10 years when you never use it. They will let them add it. They got to keep it on for 3 months, then they can cancel it again. So the warranty is when you start seeing the warranty in there, you know there's all kinds of inaccurate stuff going to be in there that these people don't need to be paying for. But all of a sudden now you save them $50. You see where you're going to save them $50. Boom, you hit the phone, you call Dish Network, you get them on the phone. You listen for the option like DirecTV. I believe you'll say cancellation department. Make sure you mute it because it's voice activated, sensitive. And then they're going to say something like, "Are you canceling because you're moved? Or did you say you want to cancel your DirecTV service, or you want to change your program? Say cancel or close my DirecTV account." And then they're going to come back and say, "Are you canceling because you're moving?" You're going to say no, and then just mute it and wait. Somebody will be on the phone like that. Here's the trick. Most of your telecommunications companies, they do this. They outsource all of their customer service calls, and everybody on this phone knows. Everybody on this meeting right now knows this. They outsource their calls, and when you call, now listen, it's not a knock in the head about foreign countries, but the thing is, if you're like, I'm from Kentucky, you know, and these people, they can barely understand normal English. A lot of people live around where I live, you know, just get somebody that's from too far up north, and it's hard to understand what they're saying for them. So we used to have a commercial that says we all speak hillbilly at our office. And people got a kick out of that, but they knew we were local when we said that, and knew what we meant. But when you call India or you call the Philippines for a customer service call, here's what's going to happen in that scenario. These people get paid. When the customer asks a question, they punch that question into the computer gives them an answer. They repeat the answer that was given to them in a computer, okay? When they repeat that answer to you, a lot of times you're like, well, what are you talking about? That don't make any sense. They're like, oh, I'm very sorry. I understand. And then they say the exact same thing. Now you're getting fused. Now you're starting to get angry. We've all done this at one time or another. And we're sitting here, we're like, I cussed that guy. We're feeling so proud of him. Guess what? He doesn't care if you're mad at him, because as long as he doesn't say anything different what the computer tells him to say, he's good. He gets to keep his job. If he says something outside of that, and he does that more than one or two or three times, he's going to lose his job. They are like at their front line of defense. Most people get aggravated. 85, 90% of the people hang up and say, screw it, let's pay the higher bill. I'm tired of fooling with it. But the key is to get around that and go to the cancellation department. Usually the cancellation department is in the U.S., okay? The cancellation department has the ability and the authority to give you discounts and stuff up to a limit. There's always a limit, but there's things that they can give you if you can get past them. It's like an obstacle course. Get around customer service. If you have an option to select that, cancel the service, select that option. Loyalty team, customer retention, whatever these companies call it, they all call it something different. Get past the customer service front line, because they can't do anything. They can offer you like $5, and people are all proud that they argue for 5 hours to get $5 discount. What do you do? I'm talking about go around them. Don't mention the discounts that you see that they can already get. I never mention those things first. I leave that alone in the beginning. I don't even talk about it. What I do is I say, hey, this lady's been a good customer of yours for a long time. She's got a choice. Let's say it's a dish customer. She can go to DirecTV, get her bill cut about in half, and get a 2-year price lock. What will you do for her? Typically, they're going to come back at you with like a $15 or $20 discount offer for 6 months. Say, no, she's going to do better than there. She's going to go. They'll say, okay, hold on. They'll go back. There's always a second offer. They'll come back and they'll offer her something like a $20 to $25 discount for 2 years. And or for 12 months. And they even have a 2-year option addition. Now they've been giving those kind of discounts to people. So you need to get in there and do it a few times, and once you do it, you'll see what I mean. I'm going to tell you how to do that when we're done here, so make sure you stick here till the end so you can hear the best part. How you're going to learn how to do this and get master it in a week. You can master this in a weekend, I promise you, and it's going to make you a lot more money for it. So once they give them a discount, then after that discount has been given to them, they've got that part locked in, then you come back and say, now let's get rid of this movie pack, let's get rid of this warranty. Now he doesn't even watch all these channels. He just needs to do the top 120 with the Encore package. That's going to save you this. Now you've saved these people like 60 or 70 bucks on their cable bill. Now $20, $25, that's a temporary savings, but it's still going to be a lot of money that you just saved them. And you want to see an impact on people, man. I mean, there's been homes I've been in, I haven't even made any money. These people are like tearing up on me. And it breaks your heart thinking that nobody's ever even reached out to try to help them with anything. And these companies are going to keep taking the money as long as you're willing to pay it. If you're willing to give them $70, why are they going to tell you that there's a $20 option? They're not going to do that. So you need to get in here and learn how to do this. And I'm going to tell you how to do it when it's all said and done. So DirecTV bills, dish bills, the cable bills, we got pictures of these things on here for you. Now I've also got a picture of a phone bill. This is our local phone company we use here. Now, if you're out in the boonies and you don't have and the cell phone doesn't work, the $20 home phone option isn't going to work, okay? But here's the thing. Usually those people can't get internet either. But the deal is the average home phone customer is paying $70 or $80 a month. There's things that are available to these guys. One of them is called Lifeline. Lifeline, and that link is on one of these pages here. There's a link to Lifeline. I believe it's on the last page. And Lifeline, it's lifeline.org, lifelinesupport.org, I believe. I'm looking to see where that's at because I know we just got it. And he's got Lifeline here. I don't know. That should take you to the link there. You can click on that. LifelineSupport.org. You need to go to this. Click on your state and look at what all's available. It's never been called an Obama phone. People called it that, but it's never been an Obama phone. Lifeline, if you look at your own phone bill, Lifeline is something that we've all been paying for. All that money goes into a kitty in each state, all right? But it's like a federal charge or some sort. All that money goes into a fee, goes into a fund, but nobody's ever really tapping into that money. Senior citizens in Kentucky, for instance, if you tap into Lifeline, you can go to your state, whoever your local home phone company is, go in there to the, like say it's AT&T, go and type in a Lifeline form. It'll pull up, you can print the form off, or you can put it on Adobe Fill and Sign, load it up on your iPad. You will have it there ready to go whenever you need it. It'll always be there. It says my connection is weak. That is not good. You have the Lifeline discount, number one. Number two, another thing that you want to look for on the home phone bills, and these are things that I see all the time, is an in-home wiring plan. Well, what is an in-home wiring plan, right? We want to know what that is. Think about this. If your light switch goes bad or your little light fixture goes bad, are you going to rip the drywall out and replace the electrical wire that's in the wall? Do you know what the odds are and the statistics are to having to do that? I don't either, but I've never had to do it. I was a satellite retailer for 18 years. We've done a lot of installs. The only time we ever had to replace a cable for a satellite install is if it was in a mobile home and the wire dropped down because the dog chewed on it or something, you know. But you don't usually typically have to replace wires that are in the walls. And an in-home wiring plan, that's exactly what it is. The phone company's responsible to get that wire to their door, to their house, and then once the wire comes into the house, these things are already in the walls. The little switch might go bad every now and then. It's a 75-cent switch, but they charge them anywhere. I've seen them between $9.99 and between $10 and $15 a month. I've seen people charge for these in-home wiring plans, and it's kind of messed up. I hate that they do that, but it is what it is. So what we do is get rid of it. They don't need it, okay? Because the odds of them ever having to use it, I've never met anybody tell to use it. I've seen people paying a lot of money for it. Another thing they do is a lot of times I'll see seniors that have internet service, and they don't even use internet. They don't have a computer, but they tell them it's cheaper that way. Or they might have internet, and they may get on Facebook every once in a while so they can look at their pictures of their grandkids. I mean, they use it for 10 minutes a week. So I try to find them a better option if it's available. If they're in an area where they get cable and they get internet, they may get it for 30 bucks instead of the 70 or 80 they're paying. So I look for options in my area, wherever you're working at. You'll look for options, and you're going to start learning these things. You're going to start paying attention to it because, why? It's going to help you write a minimum of $90,000 a year in premium extra over and above what you're writing there. That's a minimum, guys. That's a minimum. I promise you it's going to be higher than that. I got a guy, just like I said, the guy the other day wrote up a $90 premium in a house that he wouldn't have even written one up at. That right there alone is $45 over what the average is going to be typically. So it does work, okay? So inside wiring maintenance plan, you want to get rid of it. You want to get rid of they sell them a security suite for the computer. These people, do you have a house and do you use your security suite? What is that? Well, you're paying $15 a month for it. Oh, I am. Well, I don't even know what that is. Guess what? You know what it is? It's McAfee, some kind of security suite for people's computers that most of us never take and use. So get rid of it. Get rid of it, give it the boot. They don't need it. So when you call the company, get on the phone. They give the company, just like when you call the insurance carrier, get on the phone, give them permission to talk to you. I'm helping her with her bills. Get rid of the warranty. Get rid of the inside wiring plan. And we also need a form for their Lifeline support. If you've got it, it's best to fill it out because, boom, you get a button, emails it right in for them. Send it in. That's another $12 a month. And I think they're just adding something here recently to help them with internet, too. Some states are. So go to lifelinesupport.org, click on your state. The Obama phone everybody talks about, it's not an Obama phone, it's a Lifeline cell phone. They get it. A lot of these seniors, let's say they got the $20 home phone going in their house, all right, because I'll talk about that in a second. They can, and they've got a cell phone they never use. They just use it when they go to church. If the car was a breakdown, they might use 20 minutes a month. They can get a phone from the Lifeline company through lifelinesupport.org. Go there. That's where you get the form for it. But they can get a phone from AT&T. All these companies will do it. $20. It's a free. It's a free cell phone with 500 minutes a month. They give them the phone free and the service free. Yeah, I'm sure you've all seen these tents set up talking about these phones. Listen, it's not called an Obama phone. I'm tired of people calling it that. But it's not an Obama phone. It is a Lifeline phone, and it's available in every state. You just have to go to your state, go to lifelinesupport.org and look at it. And trust me, guys, none of these companies are paying me to tell you this stuff. They're probably going to put a hit on me after tonight because I'm doing it publicly. So, you know, you might see my picture's going to be up like Al Bundy's at all these different companies after tonight. But the idea is to help these people save money because these companies got a lot more money than they do anyway, and these people don't know that they don't have to pay these bills, and these little things add up. $10 for in-home wiring, $15 for security suite, another $12 or $14 for Lifeline support. They're paying $30 a month for their little cell phone to go to church and back. You get that free. There's another $30. You save them, you know, $40 or $50 on their dish bill or DirecTV or cable bill for little things they shouldn't have to pay for. You save them. You don't give them another discount. Next thing you know, I mean, I've really had people just the other day that I did $198 a month. I saved them. $198 a month. I had one family, I saved them $390 a month, I think it was. Or was it $490? Chris was with me on that one. He was up here training in Kentucky, and we went in there, and I mean, it just, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a situation that was as bad as theirs was, and everybody was taking advantage of them, and they didn't know it. This guy's 72 years old, still working, making an extra $500 or $600 a month, still working a job to make $500 or $600 extra a month to make ends meet. And I saved him $300 or $400. It was like $400 or $500 bucks. I said $390, I think it was, a month. That's a lot of freaking money. This poor guy here working his fingers to the bone. So on the home phone, those are the discounts you can get them. And if it jumped over, like once again, it talks about these things on here inside wiring maintenance plan. Now on the bill that you see, these are older bills that we have here, but on the bill that you see here, it was $4.99. Now it's $9.99. It's not $4.99. It's $10 a month now for most companies. And then and just kind of look at the bill, you know, because they're like this one here. They got this package. These companies have all upgraded and updated their plans. A lot of these seniors haven't even changed their plan from the way it was 30 years ago. And some of these guys are paying like $80, $90, $100 a month for a home phone. You can help them get that thing down to like 40 or 50 bucks a month just like it is here. If you just look at the bill and figure it out, it's not that complicated. And I'll tell you, if you're willing to do this, I am willing to make a sacrifice and give you my cell phone number, and you can hit me up. And don't just start burning my phone up while you're in the house. Send me a picture. If I don't have your number already, send your name, send me your contact, and a picture of the bill when you're in the house. If I'm not in the house, I will call you. If I can't call you, I will get my client to give me 2 minutes, and I will look that bill over, and I will tell you what to call and say by text. But I will help you do this, because I honestly believe by doing this, we can help make final expense great again. How many people do you think are going to these homes and helping people save money on their freaking bills? Nobody's doing that. You can be the one that starts that trend with your company, your group, your team, your whatever. Be the one to make that difference. Let them say, why in the world are you not, how are you not doing any more presentations but you're writing up an extra $2,000 a week in premium? How are you doing that? Because somebody's going to ask. And then you get to help them bless somebody, help them bless somebody, help them bless somebody. We can start a movement with this, and we can really make a difference in the lives of the people that we deal with every day, because I hear it, and you've all heard it. Oh, I do this because I just want to help protect families. Do you really? Well, if you really want to help families, you want to protect families, then let's protect them from everything that we can. Let's quit wasting time talking about stupid stuff to them, and let's get in there and get into the meat of the thing, because this will build a rapport a whole lot faster. And this isn't that little candy coating of rapport. This is real solid rapport. This is a relationship with somebody that nobody can come in there and damage or take away. This is the kind of relationship that if you try to walk out without selling them insurance, they're going to chase you out to your car. So if you want to make a difference, this is the way to make the difference. Now, here's the best part of the home phone. Okay, and Chris, you're on here, so if you will post this in the comment section, the number, that would be awesome. But I've got a link, and I'm going to give you guys my cell phone number too, and I can actually forward you the link, and I've got all the instructions. But I've got the instructions and everything you need to do, who to talk to. I've talked to the lady. It took me forever to get this number, but I've actually got a hotline to AT&T now, it's wireless department. They actually answer the phone when you call. You have to sit on hold and jump through a bunch of hoops, because trust me, I've been to those hoops. You don't have to jump to those hoops. If you call the number that I've got for you, you're going to be able to get a hold of a person. And I've even got a lady's name you can ask for. She's read my stuff, and she thinks this is awesome what we're doing. So they're going to know, because they're going to start, their phones are going to start getting lit up at this point. $20 a month, unlimited nationwide calling. They keep the phone number they got now, and they use the exact same phones that they're using now. And what's so cool about that is, I mean, these old landline home phones, it kind of sounds like you're talking in a box. Has anybody tried to talk on a landline home phone in the last couple of 4 or 5 years? It sounds like crap. Well, these people are older anyway. They're hard of hearing. They think that they're losing their hearing. They're not losing their hearing. The phone sounds worse than 2 green bean cans with a string tied between it. It's awful. When you get this thing set up for them, and you may have to go over to the first one's house to help plug it in and make sure it works so you can figure it out for yourself. But once you do that one time, they might call, yeah, no problem. You can walk them through the whole process before they even get their little box. They mail it to them in the mail. But it's $20 a month, unlimited nationwide calling. And basically the reason that it's so cheap, I know it sounds too good to be true, but it's really not. Here's what it truly is. It's a cell phone. It's a little black box about this big, and it's about this thick, and it's got an antenna on it that pops up in the back. It's basically a cell phone that you can't carry around in your car. Now, you can, but you got to have a power source. You got to bring your home phone with you. You got to have all this crap. So it's not a convenient cell phone. You can get a cell phone service with text and talk for about $30 anywhere. This is basically a home phone working off of a little box that works off of the cell towers. And it sounds crystal clear. They think that their hearing has come back. Really, they think that the Lord has touched that phone, and that phone has helped heal the hearing for these people. I get calls. It sounds better. I can hear so much better on it. They're going to be appreciative. Now, nobody likes change in the beginning, and you explain that to them. But once you get it, you set up, they're not going to know the difference. It's going to sound better. They're using the same phone they've always used, them little handsets, sit around the house, they plug one in, they plugs in, they're going to love it. $20 a month, and that is a major, major savings. I'm telling you, I go in homes every day. They tell me, what are you paying for a home phone? Oh, about $78. I'm like, well, bless your heart. And do you use the internet? No, I don't got no internet. I ain't got no computer. Oh, okay. Go grab that bill for me. I know I'm getting ready to save these people freaking $55 a month. I know that. I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that I'm going to save these people $50 a month. And if anybody's been on my group, you've been on my blog, you see I started a series called Objection Been Forgotten, right? This is how it's about eliminating objections. I'm eliminating the I can't afford an objection right out the gate before I even talk about insurance. And I got other little tricks I use. Make sure you read those articles because there's good, and we've got some printouts we send you on that stuff. Don't always look to see if there's a printout when I write an article, because I put a lot of cool stuff in there for you guys to use to help eliminate objections, to make your job easier when you're in the house. To me, it's about having the right tools, right? Now, so the $20 home phone, guys, it's awesome. And I do have that number, so I will forward that to you when I'm off here because I'm on my phone right now. But anyway, so $20 a month for a home phone, that's a major, major thing. Now, I got a buddy of mine named Hector, and Hector was on here earlier. I hope he got back on. I don't know if he did, but I hope he got back on. He lives in Pennsylvania, and this cat can take this right here, deregulated utilities, and I wish, and Kentucky's like communism when it comes to electricity, okay? Now, some people do it with gas. Kentucky just started gas. I haven't learned it yet. They're just getting ready to launch it where they can do it at the first of the year, so I'm going to get in and dig in and find out about natural gas. But on electric bills, this cat has been in homes, and he has helped people. He'll go in and ask them, where's your electric bill? They'll whip it out. He goes onto if you go to this site here, this page, you guys, talks about the deregulated utilities, okay? We've got it there for you with the link. Go to the link, click on your state. It'll pull up and tell you, and it's color coded. So listen, if you don't get electric, I'm sorry, it stinks because I'm in the same boat that you're in. So the purple states get electric only. The green states get electric and natural gas. So if you live in one of those states, you are lucky because you're going to be able to save people money on things that they can't save on anything else. Basically, the light blue states don't get anything right now. It may be coming someday. I hope so. We just got deregulated natural gas. But he called me one day. He goes, man, that lady was paying like 14.8 cents a kilowatt for her electric. He got her bill down. He called the company. It took 5 minutes, 5 maybe 10 minutes. I don't want to shortchange it. I might be watering it down there, but I think it was like 5 minutes. He called him, set it up for her. She went down to like 5.9 or 5.6 cents per kilowatt. He cut her bill down like 65, 68%. How high are electric bills in Pennsylvania when it gets cold outside? Think about that. And he still does all this stuff right here. He never gets an excuse of, I don't have the money. He knows they have the money. He just put the money back in their pocket. And he did it right before their eyes, and he's got loyalty from these people, okay? So make sure, guys, that if you want to check on this, because I wish I could do this. I wish I could do this. Don't get caught up in this. There's companies out here, these pyramid scams and all this garbage they do with this deregulated utility stuff. Don't get caught up in that. They want you to get your buddy signed up, and you get 1/10 of a penny, and you spend effort trying to make. There's not enough money involved in this to fool with it. Find an online site, find out who gives them the best deal. There'll be a list of companies they can pay it to, and they all have different rates. You pick out the best one for them and set them up for it. It's a great deal. Deregulated utilities. I wish we could do it here. If I can't, I'm thinking about moving to Texas just so I can do electric. But it's really cool stuff, guys. So make sure that you're helping people save money every angle that you can help them save money. There's a lot of choices on here. Now, I know I've given you guys a lot of new information tonight. I know your brain's probably spinning out of control, or you might just think this guy's a freaking lunatic. Well, you're right. I am a lunatic. But that's beside the point. The point is, if we can help people save this kind of money, and now I'm gonna tell you, everybody that's been on here and that's watched this, you know it now, okay? Now that you know this, you kind of got to do it. You know, how can you go in there with a clear conscience or not? How can you go in there and not look at it? I'm not saying it's going to be easy in the beginning, but here's what's going to make it easier. Now, what I'm going to tell you is going to do a couple things. Christmas is coming up, right? Everybody's got a family, and I'm kind of like the black sheep of my family, and I'm good with that, you know, because I'm a bit of a narcissist too, so I feel like that's their problem to deal with, not mine. But we all got families, right? So go visit your granny, your mom, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, your long-lost nephews, whoever. Go visit some people in your family this weekend coming up and say, hey, I got to try something for work, and I want to do something real quick. Can I get your cable bill? They're going to look at you like you're crazy. They're all going to do it at first. But when you get the bill, jump on the phone and start practicing. Do it for a weekend. Go see 5 or 6 people in your family. Do it for yourself. Do it for people in your family and master it. It won't take that long. And what that's going to do is, because every town, state's different. You got different phone companies, you got different carriers, you got different people you may be talking to. So learn how to handle the people you're talking to. Remember, you want to get on the phone, get a hold of the cancellation department with all the companies. Get the customer to give you permission to talk about their bill. Well, who are you? They'll say. And they'll get cocky with you. And don't get discouraged, because their job is to fight to keep as much money as they can. I'm like, hey, listen, ma'am, pretend we're talking about your grandmother sitting here, and it's either lose her TV service or you give her a better deal. So if you can't help her, go get your supervisor and see what we got to do so you don't lose this customer. Because for her to have to go switching services and carrying on to save this kind of money, I mean, she's going to save $2,000 over the next couple of years just on TV service. So either you go get somebody who can help her save some money so she doesn't have to change and learn these new channels, or she'll learn the new channels for $1,500, $2,000 over the next 2 years, you know? So, and they'll find a way to do it. So be in there fighting for the client. Don't get contradictive. Don't be cocky with it. Be there to fight for the client and let them know it. Hey, mute your phone. Hey, go along with me here because I'm not going to let them shut your stuff off. And the funniest thing is when you hit that cancellation, hit the cancel button on your phone, these people freak out. It's so funny. Look, don't worry about it. Because until I say, don't worry about it, they're not going to shut that stuff off. There's 40 people out here begging for your business. And they know that. And it's going to be like trying to get rid of that boyfriend you had back in high school. You're going to be walking that door, dragging him on your leg. He ain't going to shake him with a stick. So tell them not to worry about it, but do it as a little funny, as a little joke there. But when they hear that person on that phone say before you hang up, say just this TV bill. Well, now her bill's not going to be $130 anymore. It's going to be $62.53, and we're going to lock that in for the next 12 months. Watch them light up. I'm telling you, you've never been in a situation and built rapport with somebody and seen and felt that kind of relation, that kind of rapport from somebody. It's amazing because you know now these people trust me. Now they're listening to the words come out of my mouth, because if people don't hear what's coming out of your mouth, then they're not going to like you, okay? If they don't like you, they don't listen to the words you're saying. If they're not listening to the words you're saying, then they're not going to buy from you. And if they do buy from you, it's to shut you up and get you out. They're going to cancel before you get home. So, or they're not going to pay the bill anyway. So if you save them this money on their bill, you're their new best friend. You're going to write up more premium, which we talked about, $89,280. If you go do 10 presentations, you're writing 10 apps a week right now, that'll turn into 11 apps, and you'll be writing up an extra $89,280 a year in premium. That's minimum, guys. I'm watering down the numbers. Anybody that's on here that's done it can back me up on that. I'm watering down those numbers. It should be at least, realistically, if you do this, when you master this, it should be double that. Doing the same amount of work. So figure out how much premium you're writing up. How much more does that add to your tally at the end of the day? Not having to buy any more leads. Not having to buy anything else. This gives you an opportunity to change the life of the person's home that you're in. And you talk about referrals. Well, I got an article about that. How to get free referrals in every house. Check it out. Because once you save them this money, and everybody that sends off for this stuff, I hope I got mine on me. Everybody that sends off for this stuff, I think you're getting one of these, right? Emergency contact sheet. Go read the article about it. Listen, this stuff's free, guys. I'm not charging anything, you know. I just want you to think I'm cool. I want to be popular. But anyway, go read this stuff, guys. Read it, because read the article. You like to say free referrals in every house. If you save them this money, you know, part of my presentation, and there's stuff on here also, guys. Another thing you can look at, I even forgot about mentioning this one. It talks about the missingmoney.com. And the emergency contact sheet even talks about that. It talks about 20% of all life insurance policies end up in the state unclaimed property network, which is like missingmoney.com. You've all heard of it. It's a real thing. Hey, John, what's up, man? It's a real thing, guys. Missingmoney.com. And I know Chris Isabel's on here, and Chris knows what I'm talking about. He's seen the stuff that we've done. Me and my son were at a lady's house one time, found 2 policies that her mom and dad, they had died, and they were in there. They had died like 7-8 years earlier. It's like $12,500 in each policy. $25,000 worth of life insurance. We found these people, guys. So the money's there. Check out the missingmoney.com. Matter of fact, when you go visit all your family members and you save them money on their utility bills, look them up before you go. Before you get over, look them up on missingmoney.com. Me and my son got in a house, got in that lady's house. We ended up selling her. We recovered her money, sold her insurance. Then she sent us to all her friends and neighbors. She had another neighbor who had like $700 or $800 in there. Lady's tickled to death. And she mentioned it was just sitting there. So we help people recover that money. It's a cool thing to do. They like it. But that's another easy way to get referrals. I get free. If I go in a house, this is a requirement. I don't pay for referrals, because what happens when we try to pay for them? Listen, if you're a hardcore salesperson, we're not looking backwards. We're going forward so hard and so fast. We don't look backwards. And what happens? Oh, we're going to give you $25 and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And what happens? You forget to take the gift card buyer. You forget to do this or you forget to do that. Because it's all crazy stuff that's making you go backwards. Listen, if I just save somebody $150 a month on their bills, hey, if I say this is required, they believe that it's required, and it should be required. And what I do is I go visit the family members, and they sign off saying it's okay to do it. I go visit the family members, and the family members, I tell them what I did. How'd you save money? Well, let me come in, I'll show you. Boom, I saved them money. Next thing you know, we're rolling into the same thing. It just a daisy chains out. You want to talk about some free leads? There you go. Best lead ever is a referral, because a referral, you've already taken care of somebody. And now that person's signing off saying, please tell my family member what you did for me, and please leave them a card so I don't end up on the state unclaimed property network where 20% of all life insurance policies end up at. So, guys, any questions? But go home and work with your family to help do your own. Get good at it. It doesn't take that long. Don't be cocky with these people. It's okay to be a little condescending as long as it's in the favor of the client. As long as you don't look like a jerk in front of the client. Don't look like a jerk in front of the client doing this, okay? But yep, you can do it anywhere in the United States. Anybody can, anytime, anywhere. Just a matter of putting forth the effort and taking the time to learn it. But if you've watched this video and you don't do this, don't ever say that you're trying to help people anymore, because if you can save them $100 a month, put that back in somebody's pocket, you've gave them an extra check or a check and a half a year. So let's do this, guys. Hey, I appreciate everybody being here. If you have any questions, you've got my phone number. Actually, I just said my phone number on the video, so I guess the people that weren't here are going to get it too. So anyway, it doesn't matter, guys. Hey, send me your information. I'm going to store it. I'll help you in any way I can. There's people here I've been working with. They'll tell you that I try to answer the phone. I'll try to do anything I can to help you make this thing successful. Let's get the word out, guys. God bless you guys, and I will see you next Wednesday night. Thanks.